Hey partner, welcome to Crawdaddy Gaming, home of the greatest Cajun gamer. Today we playing some Powerwash Simulator 2. Now let me tell you, I remember back in the day when the first Powerwash Simulator came out, and I really liked it. I don't know what it is about the Powerwash Simulator games. They are very relaxing. I don't play a lot of other simulator games. This is probably the only one I really played through to the end. Ain't nothing get you calm and relaxed and just enjoying the process like a nice power wash. So today I'm going to kick things off after the demo. This is the next level that you go to after you complete the demo. This is the campsite. This job was given to us by Vicky Mitchell, and she says, let me know when you found the place. We've already headed for home. Camping is definitely not for us. And a pair of boggy sprogs and one grubby hubby, we in no mood to hang about. Know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want you to be around if you're gonna be like that. Don't really know what else to say about it. Suppose the muck tells its own story, don't it? Well, it sure is mucky. So we're gonna take care of it. We got a lot of little things we gotta take care of. I love that my cats hang out with me everywhere I go. I don't know about you, but I think my hand look really weird for some reason. Hey, Squeak, yeah, he's so cute. All right. And the other cat over here, I don't know why he over here by himself. Hey, Bubbles. Yeah, he's so cute. All right, the home base pet all three cats. I pet all three cats. Usually I like to work with the green, and I like to do it in this mode where I can free look. Now, I remember in Powerwash Simulator 1, you was able to do this, but I don't remember being able to move too good. Like, I don't remember. It was like, I don't remember if you can do the turn-in motion when you was in free look, but I really like that I can go and walk around and do this in free look. It makes it a whole lot easier. I don't like doing this. This makes me real dizzy when I'm doing this. It drives me nuts. I don't like to do that. So I always put it in free look, and I take my time and I get through it. Now, the nice thing about it is you don't have to be like 100%, right? As long as you get close to getting most of it, you can kind of flick your way through it and get most of it, and then it'll ding for you. And then if you don't know what you missed, you can hit Q, and it'll show you. It'll say, hey, you got some dirt over there. You missed a little turd over there. And you can knock it out real quick. I find these games go pretty fast. I know I feel like the last two levels, the levels from the demo, they weren't too bad. I think I finished both of them in about 30-40 minutes. And so I'm just gonna carry on to the campsite. The campsite don't seem too bad. It doesn't have a lot. It just seems to be a bunch of little things. It kind of remind me of the level. They had that level in Powerwash Simulator 1 where it was like the outside, like it was somebody's backyard. This level kind of remind me of that. Look, you gotta make sure you gotta get all the little nooks and crannies. You gotta crouch all the way down. Make sure you get all that. You gotta look at it from all kinds of different angles. If you ain't paying attention, you're gonna miss it. And once you get all that, then you take it from the top. Another cool thing about Powerwash Simulator that I recall is that they tell a really good story. I remember in the first Powerwash Simulator, it was just kind of weird. You was just power washing stuff, and then all of a sudden, it starts telling you a story around all the things that you washing. And so I'm curious to see how that is going to work in Powerwash Simulator 2. I have lots of faith in the developer of this game that they're going to do something similar to that. And I'm excited to go through these levels in a very calm and relaxing manner and see what kind of story they tell us while we go through this, while we go through this game. These rocks are kind of a pain because they got a bunch of little corners on them. You got to like circle around the whole thing. Actually, it ain't too bad now that I got a couple of them done. I remember on Powerwash Simulator, the original one, the rocks in that backyard level were a big pain in the behind. But these seem to be going pretty fast. At this point, I feel like they've taken like the best part about Powerwash Simulator and put it into Powerwash Simulator 2. I feel like it's not as tedious as the first one was, but we'll see. This is the first level outside, you know, after the demo. So I remember on the first Powerwash Simulator, you had like there was a level you had to clean like an entire subway. I did not like that at all because I felt like it was way too big and it was kind of mundane and it was very repetitive. So hopefully we don't see too many levels that are like that. Hopefully they keep it kind of fresh so we can clean a variety of different things that don't feel too much of a chore. I mean, you're power washing things for fun, for Christ's sake. I would imagine it's gonna feel a bit of a chore because it is a chore. Vicky said, camping is just something else, huh? It's almost like you're living in some lawless wilderness. Take this morning, for example. I thought I'd make some pots of delicious porridge to eat after mushroom picking in the woods. Oh, Lord. What happened after you picked some mushrooms in the woods, Vicky? I'm imagining it wasn't something good. You gonna say a bear came out? That's looking a lot better now. All right. This part kind of hard. Let me see. I wanna, yeah. I'm gonna spray a bit of this because this is real grimy. That's not that bad actually. Mostly, look at this. Look how grimy. Oh, that is. I'm gonna see how that worked out. I want to like try to just pre-wash some of this stuff that I think going to be kind of hard to take out. This is the easy part. The hard part is when you get all the stuff that's easy to reach and then you got to get to the hard to reach stuff. I don't mind crouching down and like cleaning things from underneath, but you got to get on the top, shoot at it from the top. That's when it gets complicated. So I'm gonna try to finish this wall up, and then I would imagine when I have to get on the ladder and get the top of the window. There we go. Good luck. Yeah. But that wasn't bad. Okay, there we go. I feel like it's way more forgiving in this one. In Powerwash Simulator 2 compared to 3. Compared to the first one. We're gonna get rid of the wash me. That's what we're working on. And we're gonna bring the red back in this ceiling, in this roof. Clean all that up. There we go. Got a nice ding from that. Get the mustard yellow to pop back out of this. It's got that LSU gold color going for it. Interesting choice with the natural wood trim. All right, let's get the ladder. Can I just plop the big boy on it? Let me see. Yeah, I can put the big boy on the back. Let's do that. Did I miss anything? No. Okay. All right. Let's get the roof. Get the chimney first. All right, Vicky, so what happened? Well, when we got back from our walk, all our porridge had been eaten. Even though hubby likes his stone cold and I like mine boiling hot, they're bears. To be fair, our kids' porridge was there for the taking, as they like this somewhere in the middle. This Vicky is the bear from Goldilocks and the Three Bears. That's what I'm starting to believe here. I never met a bear that can send a text message. Or maybe the story is gonna be that Vicky and her family are like humans, and then there was like a bear that came in and took their stuff. Kind of like a play on the Three Bears, right? We're gonna find out soon. All right. I don't mind laying down on top of this roof with me. Laying down underneath that toilet in the demo on that in that restroom, that was a bit much for me. I feel like this is going real quick. Is it? Oh yeah, they sectioned off, huh? All right, we're gonna get the top part. See if I can get this to ding. There we go. And then we're gonna cut through this. Right out. Clean up all that gunk. Hey, you get so much gunk on everything. I could see if it was like a bunch of bird caca, but it ain't even that. There we go. Okay. I feel like the roof's pretty good now. Let's get the front. Get the inside of the roof here. The little porch. All right. It's just raining dirt and dirty water all over me. Good thing I got my suit. That's a lot of water too. Where you get all the, like, how much the water bill for all this? You know what I mean? Because you can just let it run forever. Ain't got it connected to nothing. He's got like a backpack that's full of water. How heavy you think all that water is? He'd be carrying so much water. It must be like a system that like pulls the water out of the sky, out of the air. It just say pick up, but ain't nothing else for me to pick up. All right, we're just gonna keep cleaning. That look real pretty. That LSU goal. Go Tigers. All right. We got some pretty doors now. Yep, that's good. Okay, we gotta finish this wall here. Got a lot of stuff over here on this side of the wall. Finish the wall up. I bet I missed a corner. There you go. All right. We're gonna get the porch. What'd you say, Ficky? Tell you something else that's weird about camping. Out here, everything has legs, even the logs. I don't understand what you're trying to say there, Vicky. What you mean everything got legs? Even the logs. The logs walked away? I need to observe the logs now. Yeah, look at that. I gotta... How'd I get so much dirt underneath a chair? All right, clean the porch. There we go. Nice. All right. And we're gonna get around. Get the floor around it all. Cabin base and the cabin trim. We're gonna get all that. With a nice little flick across. Look at the water detail, like the water physics. Not the water physics, but look at, like, you can see like this part's wet and then it kind of dry off, but it still look kind of wet. That's really nice. That's a nice touch. I like that. It's little things like that in video games that you gotta appreciate. It's like to program a game to do that. Like when you spray it, it's gonna look wet, and then when you're not spraying it, it dries off. Like that's a little fine detail that most people wouldn't even think about. But I guess when you're making a game about power washing, that's probably an important detail to add. You want things to look wet when you spray them with water, right? Because you're doing a lot of spraying with water. All right, I'm gonna sneak under my ladder here, which probably isn't good luck. Oh, it won't let me. It's too unlucky. It won't let me go underneath my ladder. There we go. All right, that's good. Oh, I can't run and shoot. Oh no, I can't. Okay. All right, that looked pretty good. We're gonna move on. Let's get all this little stuff over here. What is this? This is like a little chair made of a log. Look like a little mushroom log. You know, if you're gonna make a chair out of a stump, why would you even bother cutting it all out? I guess if you want to make it look like a mushroom. But that's, I wouldn't bother cutting all that out. I would just sit on a log. Well, they didn't even bring their lights or nothing. They just left. Maybe they was worried about them logs. Walking away. Walking at them. Oh, look, this moves. That's a nice little touch. Nice. All right. The Exostellaris. I don't know what that means, but it sounds fancy. All right, that look good. What else we got? We got more chairs, more big pieces of wood you can sit on. Get this one. They didn't even bring back the ice chest. How you gonna leave your ice chest at the camp? How your ice chest so dirty too? I understand if everything been laying around for like a long time and all the moss is growing on it, but I don't think you're gonna have moss growing on your on your ice chest. You must not be doing too much with your ice chest if moss is growing on it. I just heard something making weird noise, like when I sprayed this barbecue pit. I don't know, I feel like it made a weird noise. The water running off of it. Maybe it's the water running off the metal. That's the noise that I'm hearing. This barbecue pit is very intricate. They got a lot of little chuts and corners and stuff I gotta clean off in this. Again, another reference to the barbecue pit from that level where you had to clean up the backyard in the Powerwash Simulator, the first one. That little barbecue pit, I remember that little barbecue pit they had in that one, and that was a pain in the behind. It had the propane tank on it and everything. Oh Lord. All right, let's get this one. We're gonna get this seat now. You don't want to be sitting your behind on a dirty seat, let me tell you. Your booty probably dirty enough. You don't want to make it more dirty by sitting on a moldy, raunchy piece of log, you know? You don't want none of that on your butt. We're gonna clean that up. Was that an owl or a wolf? I heard something. All right, let's just get this done. I don't want to be out here too long in case I get attacked by some logs, since apparently they got legs around here, according to Vicky, who took off and left all of her lights in her ice chest. Oh, I heard it again. All right, let's get out of here. Let's hurry up. I don't think I can pick any of this up, huh? No. I keep seeing the prompt that say pick up, and I don't know why I keep seeing that prompt, but it just seemed to like randomly pop up for no reason. Maybe it's just a bug that got to get worked out. Okay, we're gonna make this fire pit look real nice. Bruh, the funny thing is, like, okay, this is out in the woods, right? when you clean it up, it make everything look brand new. Wow, look at them physics. Look at them kettle physics. Game of the year right there. Look, game of the year. That's amazing. All right, I think I got most of it. Let me get underneath all these blocks. That's the only place I can really think of that I might have missed outside of getting inside of it, but I'm not going to try to get all the way inside of it if I don't have to. Okay, there we go. Now this floor is going to be kind of a pain because some of it's done and some of it ain't, and it's big. So I'm gonna have to find all these little spots and hopefully I get enough of them where it dings for me. Very satisfying ding when you do get something cleaned up. I really like that. That was like, it feels so good when you hear that ding, and they did that right with the first Powerwash Simulator. At least this is in sections. I don't have to do the whole thing for the whole thing to trigger off. I can do it in little parts. So when I miss spots like this is a, you know, this is spots I wouldn't have seen being I was on the inside. There we go. Okay, we're 99% of the way there. What I got left? Okay, I gotta get the inside of that. Okay. What I got left? The pet bowl and the pet mat. Oh, I bet I gotta get the other side of them, huh? Yep. Pet bowl, pet mat. Okay. And then the fire pit outer floor trim. Oh, this chut. Okay. You see, I didn't give this enough attention. There we go. Okay, cabin base corner block. And the fire pit kettle. Oh, it's the kettle they're trying to tell me. There we go. Okay. I did a lot of shooting on that kettle and it wasn't enough. I'm guessing it's going to be the top of this lamp. It's the top of this lamp I didn't do. Again, real finicky about certain details there. There we go. Check the other side of the lamp. Cabin base corner block. Okay, that's all I got left. Yep, look at that. Boom. We done. We done. All right. Michelle Stone. Is this Bruce Spring Clean? That's a name. Your friend Harper says you'd be up for helping me out. My house is nothing short of a national disgrace. That house looked like it was built maybe less than 20 years ago. Why it looked like that? Oh, man. Look at that. That's a nice before and after right there. That's real pretty. I like how like all this stuff might have been sitting here for like 50 years, but you spray it and everything looks brand new. There's no wear and tear on nothing. All right, the Art Deco house. So this is Trollbite Lodge. Apologies for how filthy it is. I just got back from a dig in Alaska to find the house looking like this, and my other half, Karen, apparently vanished into thin air. Okay. It won't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time. Whenever she gets a whiff of anything interesting, that's her gone for months. That's kind of a weird relationship that you got with your wife. Oh, yeah, other half, rather. Let me not jump to conclusions. All right. Is this like an Aurora Borealis? Are we in Alaska? That's just a unique little feature right there in that neighborhood. Look, everything else in this neighborhood looked perfect. And nothing like this house. This house is like the only house that looked like this on the whole block. And it's like, that's a nice little cul-de-sac too. I wish I lived on a cul-de-sac that had a tree in the middle of it. That's fancy. Wow, look at all the tools I got. I got a lift. I got some scaffolding. I forgot the word scaffolding for a minute there. The first thing that I want to do though, before we do this, can I just like pick this up and move it wherever I want? Wow, I am a strong man. I want to find... Hey, Ulysses. Where's the gnome, Ulysses? You know where the gnome's at? Where the rest of my cats? I only see one. Oh, there the other one. Is that Bubbles? Yeah, he Bubbles. Yeah, you're a good cat. Bubbles. Where the gnome be, Bubbles? I don't know. All right. As always, I like to start. Not with that. I like to start with the roof. We're gonna play with this. This is the first one we're gonna play with. Okay. E to raise the scissor lift. Is it? It's not raising. Am I in the way? Maybe I gotta pull it a little further away. Let's try that. All right now. Now will you lift? Hitting E. Doing something wrong. Okay, lower the scissor lift. That's my lower button. Okay, how do I raise it? There we go. Okay. For some reason I had to lower it. Woo! I'm way up here. I don't know if I can. Whoa, there we go. Nice. All right. I'm gonna start at the top. Look at all that caca. That's a lot of caca. Them birds having a good time on this house. Whoo-wee. Okay. I think the scaffolding is gonna be the way to go here. Because I could. Are you kidding me? Why would you not rotate it over here this way? All right, this is all right. Let me see. Can I shop? Can I buy like some nicer stuff? Let me see. Wash and flat surfaces at short range. Surface cleaner cut through all dirt effortlessly. All right. Let me see. I got it. How much money I got? I got $1,200. Medium duty washer's prime Vista range provides a notable upgrade in power and washing experience. Okay. Oh, this is the medium duty washer Urban X range provides power comparable to heavy. Okay. Cost area of effect. That's $5,000. That's a lot of money. Okay. What we're gonna do here? I don't really want to get that. Largest head size of the surface cleaner that covers maximum area at once. I don't feel like the head's gonna be worth it. I kind of like the idea of the extra long extension. But I think the first thing I want to do is get a heavy duty washer. So I'm gonna get that one. And provides spinning narrow beam of water that covers more surface area than the standard 0 degree. I don't need the 0. I don't want that one right now. Can be fine-tuned, precise pressure desired relative to its area of effect. Okay, I can't get that yet. Let's just go with this. So can I equip it now? How do I? Did I just buy it? Did I buy it? Did I sell it? Lord, what did I do? All right, I don't know. I'm just gonna start washing. Washer radio menu. Ah, okay, I see now. So I can change to this now. That's the Power Vista. Power Vista 240, 150. Okay. Okay, so there's 3 different brands, and there's 4 different versions of each of them brands. So this one is the bread one, and then this is the Urban X. Okay. Do they look different? Yeah, this one looked a little smaller. That one looked bigger. Okay, I got it. Okay, we're gonna keep utilizing our green one here. We're really close to the surface, so I don't see a need for the extension just yet. That worked pretty good. I probably should have mentioned that the house is directly underneath the beam's path and in the firing line for the famous something. I guess. What did he say? Oh well. It's gone forever. Yeah, you didn't mention that that your house was directly underneath whatever beam you're talking about's path. I don't even know the importance of that beam. I'm assuming you're gonna tell me the importance of it. Vicky didn't say too much about the logs walking around, or the logs having legs, outside of her just saying that they had legs. I thought she'd be a little more, she'd give me a little bit more detail than that. She was just like, the logs have legs. Camping's weird. Somebody ate all of our porridge. Maybe that information gonna come back in the future and be helpful or be part of the story in some way. That's a bright blue. That's a bright blue and white house. This don't seem like a house. This seem like colors that you would make for like a business. Like if you were opening a power washing company, these seem like two really good colors that you would use for your building, not the house you live in. Everybody else around you, they got red houses, they got yellow houses, and that's about it. How did HOA let you get away with having a bright blue, Superman blue, bright white stucco house? You know this is a HOA neighborhood. Look at it. Nobody got a tree in the middle of a cul-de-sac without it having an HOA. That's all I'm saying. Whoa, I could grab that thing from really far away. Holy, I was not expecting all that. It just say pick up, eat it, pick up. And I say, you know what? Let me see what it's gonna do. And that's what it do. Oh, Lord. I done fell off the top of this and I can't get back up. That ain't good, no. Okay, see if we can parkour back. All right, good. And we're gonna parkour back up. Nice. Okay, let's keep going. I can't skimp on this. I gotta do all this before I jump down. It's gonna be a problem. All right. I can't deal with an HOA. I'm sure these people probably feel the same way. Like if you live in a neighborhood that got an HOA, it's frustrating to have to deal with like a bunch of old nosy people who tell you what you got to do with your house. I don't want a bunch of old nosy people telling me what to do with my house if I had a house. You know what I mean? That's some craziness. You got nosy neighbors who want to know enough. Like I bet good money before these people moved into this house, there was at least 5 old people who went to the open house and looked at this house just because they want to know what it looked inside it. You know what I mean? Like people are like that. Yeah. They pass by a house all the time and then they're like, you know what? I just want to go see it. I'm just curious. Going on Zillow and looking at what it looked like on the pictures just ain't enough for them sometimes. But it ain't all bad. I'm sure not everybody that has a HOA or lives in an HOA has to deal with crazy people like that. Why this ain't dinging? Oh, I bet because I gotta go all the way down with it. Okay, I think the top looked good enough for me to jump down now. We're gonna get all this now. Bro, that is a bright white. A bright blue. I ain't even... Forget the white. Look at the blue on this thing, man. That's blue. That ain't no little blue, no. Woo. Also, this is one of the funkiest roofs. How you gonna have a roof that look like this? How good you think this roof is at being a roof? It ain't like angled or nothing. Personally, I love the beam's gentle hum. It drove Karen to distraction. Actually, maybe that's why she's not here. The beam hums. I can hear it. Why would you want to live underneath the beam that hums all the time? I would much rather live somewhere where I don't hear nothing. I don't mind a little hustle and bustle, but when I want to take a nap, or when I want to rest, whew, the littlest noises irk my nerves. I'd rather live somewhere that's real quiet. I don't need the hum of a random beam hovering over my house. Look, they got a little piece right there. Okay. I'm gonna jump down. Carry on. There's gonna be a lot to do here. I'm gonna have to get the inside of all this. Bro, even your doors are nasty. You'd think if you opening and closing these doors enough, they wouldn't be so nasty. You know what would be really cool if there was like part of the story they explain why all this stuff's so nasty and why it needs to be pressure washed. Like, what are the odds that that's in the story? The story is like all these things are super nasty because of aliens. You know, no spoiler alert if you haven't played the first one, but yeah, they'd be like, oh, aliens came and they got dirt all over everything because I don't know, their UFOs shot out a bunch of dirt or something, make everything all dirty. How you gonna have windows that look like so dirty like that? Like, you ain't even gonna have, you probably can't even see any light coming through them windows if they're that nasty. This is also a beautiful telescope. What they looking at in this telescope, by the way? It looked like he's just pointing it at a tree. It would make more sense if it was like slightly angled in a way where it was like looking in a window. You know, like a peeping Tom kind of situation. Or maybe he just like looking at the birds. I don't know. I don't judge. Here we go. You look at whatever you want to look at in your telescope. You don't want to look at your neighbor sunbathing? All right. You're a better man than me. I don't know, but this looks like a neighborhood that's probably full of a bunch of old people. You're gonna be seeing some granny titties. What's going on in their backyard? Oh, it's just some granny titties. At least they tan. Grandma don't like tan lines. But for real though, the color of this house is exactly the same exact color as like the like my building, my main building. Is spot on. There's just no orange on it. At least I haven't seen any orange on it yet. I feel like this is going to be like the first big challenge. Derek DeGoss. Study rich, fancy, a shot at the movie business. Our star dog needs a good washing down before tomorrow's shoot. That's the dog on the billboard, on the poster, from the second level. I remember that. All right, we're gonna clean this this deck, right? So you know, in real life, it's kind of like, it's nice, it's fun to pressure wash in real life, but the real pain in the behind is like it's very tedious and it takes a long time and there's a lot of prep and you get nasty, right? And one of the things that I probably pressure wash the most is like flooring, like the deck or cement. And man, it feel real good when you finally finish all that. But I don't know, I never pressure washed something and it come out looking this pretty before. This whole house looked like it was built brand new, and then somebody just like put caca all over it. That's a pretty chair right there. Look at that. Is that gold? Yeah, it looked golden. That looked like it came right out of the 80s, that. Who looks at this and is like, this would be a beautiful chair and table for me to put outside on my porch? What's on these things? What is that? That looked like one of them ancient bugs. If you know what them bugs are called, tell me in the comments, because I don't know too much about that kind of stuff, but I know what I'm thinking of, and I know what it looked like, and I'm sure other people are gonna know what I'm talking about. Let's move on. I like to do a lot of parkour. I could probably do this a little bit better if you know, I use like my ladder and stuff, but sometimes I feel like those things aren't necessary. They just kind of get in the way, or you take more time trying to set them up and figure out what's the best approach, and you can just kind of come up here and start spraying it. By the time you're done spraying it, you'd have to move the ladder. Look at that. I'm cleaning this thing real good. I bet I can get a speed run record at this pace, huh? I wonder what the speed run records are right now for this game. I bet good money they got a speed running community for a thing like this. Can you imagine being like the world record speedrunner in this game, and like you figure out the most optimal strategies for like how to pressure wash houses and stuff, and then you fall down like that and you're like, oh, I gotta reset. I messed up my speed run. That would be an interesting way to live your life. You wake up and you think, how can I speed run Pressure Wash Simulator 2 faster than anybody else in the world? There I go again. I fell off again. You know what? I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit. It's the best place to put this. Let's put this here. We're gonna raise it. All right. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Like that. All right, I ain't mad about this. Kind of being on that ledge right now, it is a bit hard because you can't really back up too much from the work you're trying to do. And I find that it works. Like there's an in-between you gotta find in this game, right? You don't want to be too close to it because you can't spray it as good, but you don't want to be too far from it because then like the really heavy dirt's not going to come off. But the further away you are, the wider, the more stuff that you can spray at one time. So it's like you got to find that happy medium. What you got, Fran? Wait, where's the beam going? The beam's gone. Where it went? Hey, something's changed. What changed there? Where's the beam? The whole reason I got this house here is because of the beam. Wasn't that beam keeping the volcano in check? Oh no. We're gonna have a volcano problem now? Bruh, look at this. This is probably a good spot to use the oh, you know what, this is working really good. I was gonna say this is probably a good spot to use the lift, but I don't know, man. This seems to be the play right there. Look at that. Cleaning that real good. Nice. You see, it did really good getting all that, but now you see I can't really clean that really nasty stuff down there because it's too far. Get all this pretty good. All right. Woo, let's jump back down. Nice, nice. Got a lot of good things going off now. I gotta clean all this. All right, all right. Gotta get all them little nooks and crannies, yeah. Get all that. Oh, look, it's the bug. So you telling me, what is this? A trilobite fossil decoration. Okay, so you telling me they got matching trilobite picnic table chairs to match their trilobite house. Is that what it is? How much you think custom trilobite picnic table chairs cost? Much less a trilobite house decoration. You know, I've seen like people put stars and stuff on their house, like in Texas, but I've never seen somebody put a trilobite. You gotta really love them things to put them on your house. Maybe again, I'm not understanding the lore of this house. I need to come back around on this side. Get that. I feel like we're doing pretty good here. Making good progress. We're only 33% of the way there, which is kind of concerning because I feel like we've been working on this one for a hot minute. Oh Lord, I fell down. Let me see. How are we looking on this level? I'm gonna continue finishing up this side before I move on. That's some bad dirt right there. Oh Lord, I fell off again. All right, get that one clean, nice. All right, that wall good. I got $28 for cleaning that wall. That's pretty good. I think they say they're gonna pay me $1,000 for cleaning this house. I mean, if I clean this whole house in like 20 minutes, that's pretty good money for a 20-30 minute job cleaning a house. $1,000. Can't complain about that. This whole thing. This is a long roof line. There we go. You don't gotta get it all, you just gotta get a lot of it. Enough to make it ding. Yeah, just like that. Come on, did I get enough on this part? Let me see. I feel like this is really close. There we go. All right, we're gonna keep going. I gotta get the wall too. That wall looked nasty. That wall got like mold all over it. A new job available by Jeff Jefferson. How do, Dirt Finder? It's been a while. I have a big billboard job for you, giant. In fact, a billboard with the greatest announcement in history of our country. Oh Lord. I guess I get to find out what he want to talk about on his billboard. I'll be the first to know. It's gonna be something stupid. it's gonna be like it's gonna be one of them billboards that's like, hey, come to our pawn shop that's a mile and a half out from here. You ever seen those on the side of the road? They like in the middle of nowhere. They in these towns where like there's not a lot of people, and they put these porno shops like on the side of the road. Because like nobody want to go to that kind of shop in their own neighborhood, you know. Like you don't want to be caught walking around in the sex store in the neighborhood that you live in. That's kind of awkward. But I guess they like to put them like out in the outskirts, so you know, you can kind of go in and hopefully you don't like see somebody you know. Oh Lord, I didn't do. Yeah, you're right. I didn't do none of that, huh? All right, I'm gonna grab this one right up. I'm gonna bring it over here. You know what? I'm gonna try something better though. No, not that one. Let's do this one. You gonna rotate it? I'm gonna try something. I'll put this way. And I'm gonna put it just kind of far away. And then I'm gonna hit it with this. I want to see how good it works. This was kind of how you zoom through it, how I zoomed through it in the first one. When you get far away, it make it bigger, right? And you can get a lot from a distance, but it don't look like this got enough power. And I don't have an extender to extend it with, so I'm about to put it a little closer. How are you gonna mess it up? Keep it the way I had it. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna use the green one now. All right. Let's start on the roof line here. Lord, this whew, I got a lot of work left to do in this thing. Holy, this is not looking too good. All right, let's get this wall looking nasty too. Try to get the wall best as we can here. This should ding pretty soon, I hope. There we go. Okay. All right, that looked good. I think the floor over here looked good. I gotta get this little lip. I think this little lip gonna ding. There you go. All right. The wall over here. That looked good. That's some nasty windows right now. Bro, imagine if this is what the outside of the house looked like. What you think the inside of the house looked like? I bet it looked nasty in there. Probably got to pressure wash everything that's inside the house too, if I had to guess. If the outside looked like this, probably just want to pressure wash all the inside. Not ideal for your furniture, but you know, you got to do what you got to do when your place look like a pigsty. Nice. All right, we making good progress now. That's a nasty one right there. Look at that. Clean up the, oh no. Oh, I had a I had a ladder right there already. All right, clean all that up. That looked good. This wall's almost done. I'll ding this wall. Nice. Ding this little corner decoration. Imagine having a bunch of decorative blocks on your house like that. That just seems like it'd be a pain in the behind. Just something more to clean. Something more to dust. Something more to pressure wash. It's just pretty. And it's, to be fair, it's not even that pretty. Get all that. Oh Lord, I'm gonna need to lift all that. Yeah, that's looking good right now. All right, get this trim. Gonna have to get up on the. Oh, it's a bit hard to move around with the chut with the free shot there. How much I got left? Did I get the? Oh, I didn't even get this side of the roof. That's right. Oh, I made it up. I couldn't make it up from the other side. Okay, let's get the roof. Nice. All right. Nice. Keep going. This is going good. Clean all that. All right. Bruh, look how green that is. All right, nice. Oh, that's so much. That's so much dirt. Bunch of nasty dirt. Gotta get real close to it. This is like some hard stuff to take out. What I gotta press to get the, when is it to get the, oh, I don't have the spray head, huh? Yeah, I don't have the spray head for this one yet. We just got to use the pressure washer without the soap. Now the thing I did notice about the soap, it doesn't seem like it empties, like it recharges. And I remember in the first one you had to buy it, and I didn't really buy too much of that. Because I remember like, oh, I don't want to spend the money on it, right? I want to save my money so I can buy the better pressure washers and stuff. Like it was worth holding on to your money. But it seemed like they fixed that. They changed that mechanic where now you can spray it a little bit, and then when you run out, it like refills by itself, and then you can spray a little bit more. I think from a game mechanic perspective, that was a really good idea. And they did a good job recognizing that, because I'm sure they had that was very common in the first one, where people just didn't use the soap in the game. And they're like, "May, why nobody using the soap? Like this is it's a game mechanic. We want people to use it," and nobody was using it. It was like, well, you know, I don't want to waste my money on it. So now they say, okay, well then we ain't gonna make it worth money. We're not gonna make it a consumable because nobody gonna use it. We'll just you know, make it come back after a while. Is that realistic? No. But does it make it more fun? Yeah. And and it's really good on the developers of this game to recognize that. The water effect, when you spray it on the walls and the ground, it looks so good. I think they did a really good job with the water effects, where it makes everything look like it's glistening until it dry off a little bit. Dude, I'm shaking my hand so fast to spray all this stuff that the light on my desk is shaking. Okay, it looked like the edge of this ain't nowhere near clean. I'm gonna jump down there. Look at this edge here. Oh yeah, it look real bad over. Oh Lord. Yeah, let me pick this up. I'll move it over here. I'm gonna take care of that edge. Go up one more. Right, here we go. Let me get, yeah, I would say let me get the good sprayer. Nice. All right, we're looking good. We're working our way to start at the top and we work our way down. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need this in the front over here. I'm gonna sneak that in right out. Because pretty sure none of this in the front is looking too good. And I put it in the wrong way. But it's all right. I'll make it work. What you got, Calvin Miller? Okay. It's okay, peeps. Data suggests that all is well on Mount Ruthless. No seismic activity whatsoever. For now. Why it look like they got a little puff of smoke coming out of it? Thanks, son. Good to know. Don't be late tonight. Aunt Doris is round. We've got meatloaf. Ooh, meatloaf sound good. Yeah. Like me some meatloaf. My mama used to make some really good meatloaf. I don't know what she would put in it. No, she put like, I think she would put like onion, some other vegetables in it, and I don't know why, but it made it so much better. I miss my mama's meatloaf. Now my wife make meatloaf. She make a pretty good meatloaf too. That little chit gonna ding. I feel like these little blue things should ding. Okay, the outer wall done. Okay, this window nasty. Nice. Got a double ding. So gotta use my dirt finder. There we go. Awesome. All right. Making good progress there. Yeah. Okay. We 61% of the way there. Let's go down to the next level here. And I'm gonna just try to get all this from here. Oh, and I fell. Try that again. Nice, that went quick. Okay. I'm thinking we got most of the stuff. Place that over. Oh, no, just put it on the ground. What can I can't just. Nope. All right. But then it's just gonna stay. I know it don't matter, like because this is a game, but I know in real life it's best to pressure wash things from the top down. At least that's what I believe. And I just feel like that's like the best way to do this, even though this is a game. I think I got all this edge already. Okay. Cleaning this up real good. Start in this corner. This looked like a house that the main character of this game would live in. You know? Like, if I was Super Mario, I would imagine that Super Mario would live in like a mushroom house, right? Because he lives in the Mushroom Kingdom. And it would have like a letter M on it. And probably have a bunch of pipes, right? This is like the Powerwash main character version of that. The only other thing they could really add to it is if there was like little Powerwash stuff everywhere, or if there was like they put like mosaics of cats and gnomes, not the little bug that they have all over this house. Nice, nice. We getting some dings now. There we go. Okay. Let's get the underside of the canopy. I would call this like, yeah, I guess you could call it that. Look at this. Speed running time right here. My light on my table is just going crazy right now. You cannot take the crazy amount of power and speed of the greatest gauging gamer. I need to buy a custom light that could sustain the power of my speed runs when it comes to Powerwash Simulator. Yeah. We can do that real fast. Look at that. Thank you for the $22 for cleaning your canopy. You're welcome. You got to witness the power of the greatest gauging gamer cleaning your canopy. Let's keep going. Nice. That's some pretty windows. Bro, how much you think it costs to buy curved windows? Not only the cost of a curved window, right? But then you gotta pay somebody to install a curved window. How do you even make a curved window? I don't think ever in my life have I seen a curved window on somebody's house. Maybe on a building, but not on somebody's house. Sometimes I think a lot of the curved windows that you do see is like an illusion, right? Like it look curved, but they're really not curved. It's just a bunch of little straight ones that are put next to each other and they're all kind of angled slightly off. And when you put a bunch of them together, it make everything look curved. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got all that. That's a pretty back door right there. That looked like a front door. Harpa. Wishy, I just heard from Sonya the beam's gone because someone's stolen the merman's gems. Oh, Lord. The gems are gone off of the merman helmet. And the story begins. Oh no, what are we gonna do? We gotta bring the gems back to the merman helmet before the volcano erupts. Is that gonna be the premise of this story? I would not be surprised. And then it was aliens that stole the gem. And we gotta clean their ship. And if we clean their ship good enough for them to go home in, then they give us the gems as payment for cleaning their UFO. And then we gotta go put them back in the merman helmet before the volcano erupts. There you go. Spoilers. I just figured out the entire story of this game. That's a pretty wall right there. You see, this is what I'm saying. Like you see how this looked like a curve, but I bet it's just a bunch of straight little mirrors, right? Windows. That's what I think of when I think of like a curved mirror wall like that. Is this cleaning right? Or is it just, it looked like it's still a little dirty, but maybe it's just like the deco, the way, the stucco rather, the way it is. Okay, we're 86% of the way there. We're almost done. Nice. Got a good little ding on that one. Also, crazy windows. There we go. Come on, give me a ding. Yeah, there we go. You don't gotta do it perfect. You just gotta get most of it. I feel like this game is a little bit more forgiving than the first one was. Which is awesome, because that was kind of annoying. Also, I like when you get like to the tail end of it and it's like, hey, you know, you missed this little spot right here. I like that. Are you so fancy that you got a cover for your doorbell? Like you got a little chut over your doorbell that protects it from the rain. That's made of chrome. That's fancy. All right, we had the 90% mark here. We just got to do the floor now. I think most of it is going to be the floor. I'm sure I probably missed a little bit on the roof too. I'm gonna have to leverage my chut that tells me what I missed. There we go. All right, nice. Let's keep going. I know we can feel good about the front door now. %of the way there. All right. Whew. That's a lot of path going around this house. Yeah. I've never seen a house that got a path to go around the whole freaking thing. Another thing, you know what I noticed about this house? It ain't got no gutters. That's kind of a weird feature on the house. You'd think, you know, for functionality's sake, you'd want to put gutters on a house. But at the same time, it got a flat roof, right? So how's it gonna catch the water when it got a flat roof? And I bet that would be a pain in the behind to try and pressure wash in this game. I believe there was in the first one, there was a house that had gutters on it. You had to clean all that, and yeah. You got to get all them little nooks and crevices and stuff on them gutters. So yeah, maybe I should be counting my blessings there. All right, what did I miss? There you go. Okay. Oh, nice. I missed that part the first time around. Okay, we almost circled the whole house. We getting there. We had 98%. It's saying I missed some of it. My ladder in the way. There we go. All right. What am I running into? I'm just trying to climb the ladder, I guess. All right, I'm gonna clean all that up. Clean all that up. There we go. All right, we 99% done. What I missed? I gotta get under this. Yep. All right. All right, let me see. The first floor window. This one? What I miss? Oh, I see all this looking kind of messy. Oh, look. My ladder in the way. No. No. Lord. There we go. Okay. First floor window frame. It's gotta be this. Yeah, it's this one. All right. There we go. Okay. In the first floor window. Nice. Okay. Okay, it's this window. Yes, this window right here. And this window frame. Where that? Okay, I see now. Yeah, nice. Woo! All right, let's see what it looked like when we did it. Oh yeah, look, that looked good. I like that. Woo! That's a pretty house right there. Excellent job, Sprucey. I can see why Harper recommended you. Spotless house. Hum reduced to 0. Now all I need is to find out what Karen's up to. Hey, good luck to you, boy. All right. Next, we're gonna be doing the dog car. I'm gonna stop it right there. I think we're gonna pick up the next episode. We're gonna do the dog car. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.